And we'll walk round compound, see some tigers and then some Pete's. And Cassie will squeak, Derek will ramble and eat some meats. Take your time, Noe. It's not like trying to get a webcast done here. Don't go off frame. Don't go off frame. Don't go. Oh, she went off frame. And she went into the lockdown. You're not even going to come over and say hello? She's like, I got to play with my ball, Derek. Derek, I have to play with my ball. There are more important things than coming over and saying hi to you. You are not the end-all, be-all of my world, Derek. Ball is life. Ball is life. Get. Get it, Noe. Get it. Get it. Whoa. Get your ball. Get your ball. This way. Oh, you crazy. Oh my gosh. What? Hey. Oh no. Ollie's like, what is going on? What is going on? There are things. There is stuff. Movement and people. I want to be a part of it. Pete. That was close. That was too close. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Where'd she go? I know she's looking at me right now. I can feel her eyes. Burning through the thicket. This terrible and savage beast from a bygone era. Whoa! Yeah. I was not anticipating you coming from that direction. Hi. She is still going. Is she gonna come? Yep, there she is. Oh, a little bit windy, a little bit blustery. Gonna try to protect the camera, microphone as much as possible. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. There's Miss Bonnie. There's a Miss Bonnie Boo. Ooh, this is going to be one of those really great real-time webcasts. That's going to be, oh, sneaky Clyde. There's a sneaky Clyde. Oh, I got to get set up. One of those close to the filming webcasts where I'm actually filming it and posting it within the same day. Haha. Yeah. This is the Tuesday webcast, and I'm filming it on a Tuesday. Goodness gracious. Oh, Clyde. Yeah, she's not digging that. Bonnie has not presented for your gift. Oh boy. Yep. It is July the 5th. It was Merrick's birthday yesterday. Yeah. When we decided to shirk away the oppression of England. Some British Pride members. Ungrateful colonists. Let's see in that picture on the internet. Happy holiday. We've banded together in a lot of instances since then. We used to fight, now we're chums. Bobby. Bobby! Oh, pretty girl. Now, I don't know, because this is the thing that's been happening with my phone recently. It's been acting up, and some of you have been commenting on it, and I've certainly noticed it too. That it gets all like staccato, it like pauses. You can still like hear the audio, but the actual camera, the picture, like pauses. What are you doing? What are you? Hi, bud. Hey. Yeah, the camera will pause and then it just like freezes like like that. But the audio will keep on going. I've noticed that too. Yeah, really detracts from the experience. I don't know if it's doing it right now because sometimes when I record something, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. It actually works just fine. And then other times when I record it, it does indeed do that. So I can never tell you definitively. So it might be doing it throughout this entire webcast. It might not. Regardless, I'm going to try to get that taken care of today. I'm going to try to get myself a new device. What do you think of that, Yano? Yano, you have anything to say? Maybe of like a cow-sounding variety? You think maybe? Hello? Yano giveth, and Yano taketh away. He does not just give his moos away at a command. Yano is not a jukebox. You cannot just put a quarter inside of Yano and expect moos to come out. It's not how it works. I'm proud of you, Yano. Proud of you for sticking up for your principles. For not being just a dance monkey, dance tiger. Got some thunderstorms on the way all through that stuff. It was raining a little bit earlier. It was raining last night. Bobby! Bobby! And this is great because it was actually starting to get pretty dry around here. We were starting to get into the hot and dry doldrums of summer. Sassy and Press. Hi, baby. Hey, baby, how are you? Pretty. Oh, goodness. But yeah, the hot and dry doldrums of summer. And there certainly has been, I've seen some fires here and there. Nothing terribly too crazy, not like the world is on fire. Mia. Oh, here comes Max. My darling. Let me give you my wiener. She's like, Mia, she's like, I don't want it. I don't. Just leave me alone right now. I'm not in the mood. Don't you get it? I am confused. This has never happened before. Oh, Milo won the cute off from that video. Yeah, look at that smug look. He's like, of course I won the cute off. Look at me. I win the cute off, I win the handsome off, I win the smart off. I win all the offs. It's a Milo. I'm a jack of all trades. Good on you, bud. Good on you. So, yeah, I do apologize for my recent camera issues. Like I said, I'm going to try to get that remedied today. I'm going to try to finally upgrade my device. So, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, the next webcast, you will have a new device. You'll have a new device with more clarity. Hey, bud. Yeah. And it's just this phone has served me very well, but you know, I beat up my devices. Like this thing like decides to not charge when like it like I like this charger, but I don't like that charger. Sometimes it doesn't want to transfer data. Sometimes it doesn't want to connect as a USB device. Sometimes, you know, like when I tap the phone and like it gets all buzzy and shaky and weird. I mean, you certainly have seen that. I think it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you have a dog that is like getting way up there in years, and it's kind of walking around the house, just it's got like, you know, like one eye is basically like, you know, lazy and just like hanging out, and it's got the thing and it's like pooping everywhere, and it's like 20 years old. Like, hey, buddy, and the people, they don't have the wherewithal, or they don't have the heart to sit there and try to admit, just like, yeah, we probably need to take you to the vet and give you some of the old blue juice. Ah, look at that! Oh my gosh! Oh gosh, this is pillow. Oh, kill it! Kill that pillow, Donnie! Kill that pillow! Kill that pillow. So I think that my phone is the, I think that I have like a bit of like an emotional attachment, you know, to the device, and then, but people are just like, I don't know, the phone's not looking so good. And I'm just like, oh, he's fine, he's fine. I took him outside the other day, he got like, you know, like he only ran into like 3 trees, like, which is really good. No, he's still got a lot of gas in the tank. I think you probably need to put your phone down. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Hi, baby. You are adorable. You're adorable. I'm really glad, and this is great because sometimes it's hard to find good times to film when it's this time of the year. You usually have to do it like really early in the morning, though, like right as it's kind of getting to be sunset time, because any other time of the day, it's really hot. Right now, with all the rain and everything that we've been getting, it's actually been cooling everything down, making the air a lot more comfortable, a lot more livable, which has been good, which has been very good. Poopaluka, poopaluka. And this is also like a thing where it's like, normally this time of the year, again, like I said, we're getting into the dry doldrums of summer. So things get hot. And I've been seeing a couple of, just random fires here and there from some of the grass, like by the side of the road, that kind of gets a little bit yeller, gets a little bit dry. Maybe someone tosses a cigarette butt out the window, and then all of a sudden, you know, it lights up. And then they have to go and they got to deal with it. It's a problem. Like there's places. Hi Becky. Everyone say hi to Becky. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I grew up in Wisconsin. I grew up in a place that you didn't have to worry about. You didn't have to worry about dry grass, and you didn't have to worry about forest fire. Like fire, not as much. I'm sure that there's probably some other people in Wisconsin like, no, actually that's not true. There's one place where there's a lot of pine needles all over, and then and then you have to definitely worry about. But the part of Wisconsin that I grew up, it was very northern deciduous forest. It was you didn't have to worry. You didn't have to worry about the the threat of forest fires and grass fires, wildfires, as much as you do here, or places like California. I mean, or like certain places in Australia. So it's a lot different, and that was like a learning curve. Like you try to work outside, or you try to do some kind of thing that maybe you're grinding some metal and you're making some sparks, and then people are like, oh my gosh, you got to be so careful, and then you don't grow up with that, so you're kind of unaccustomed. Hey, Allie's being cute. Allie is being a cute girl. Focus. There we go. Oh, hopefully it's not too windy. Hopefully it's not too blustery in the old microphone there. But getting thunderstorms at this time of the year, which it's usually by this time of the year, like we have a lot of semi-permanent high pressure systems that are developing in the southeast portion of the continental United States, which is basically a large dome of stable air sitting over a very large area. Usually by this time of the year, it's like getting set up. That big stable dome is just setting up, and like most of July, and especially August going into a bit of September, it's just, there's not a lot of this. It's a lot of sunny, and just like the air is still, and there's cicadas everywhere. But this is nice because it gets everything wet, keeps your ponds full, and it keeps things from setting off and lighting on fire. Which I remember like a few summers ago. The summer of 2011, which that summer is going to be something that, I'm going to like have grandkids on my knee and like, let me tell you about the summer of 2011. That was a doozy. Not only was the heat just insane. We had 100 days of 100 degrees. 100 days of 100 degrees. Not only did we have that, but we were also in the middle of a very serious drought. And I just remember being here on the compound working with the cats, and then you would look and scan the horizon, and there was always just smoke, 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 just dotting the landscape all over the place. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And I guess it's one of those things where you kind of look off into the distance and you see like all the trees and all the wooded areas and stuff like that. And once you kind of come over here, it kind of opens up. We don't have a lot of that. We don't have like as many trees, and there's a lot more open space, and the grass is a lot lower like here in the and we have to mow the pasture. So that we do kind of make sure that things stay a little bit more protected, like around the facility, around the compound itself. So that's good. So I would say that we're a little bit more safe here as far as that stuff is concerned. Cats will be able to hunker down and hopefully wait out some of the smoky times. but the actual fire itself would hopefully kind of... Oh my gosh. Look at, she's like a, oh my gosh. She's like a farmer. She had like a little piece of, because she's like chewing on some wood from the platform. So she's kind of got like, you know, that hayseed kind of just like, you know, like corn's looking good this year. That corn's looking mighty fine. Ah, she's doing it again. Oh my gosh. Sid! 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 Farmer Sid. Farmer Sid. It's pretty cute. Possibly a contender for the Dorbist Award. Between, there's Farmer Sid and Noe Beckham. Hey, Rasa. You're just cute. You're just cute, just on your own. You and your cuteness and your snuggles. So there was fireworks all over the place last night, and a lot of the cats, they because you know you go around, you check on the cats and make sure that they're doing okay, and a lot of them are just fine. Like Fire and Melita get a little bit scared, but that's why we get the, you know, you close the door and they can have a place to kind of go into, because it's like regardless of whether or not we're lighting fireworks, there's people all over the place that are, and they get a little bit spooked. But like a lot of the cats, they're literally like, wow, you guys seeing this? This is amazing. They really are. A lot of the tigers, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Dogs, on the other hand, our dogs get a little bit, we had to get like our big Great Pyrenees Puppis. I lifted her up and put her in bed last night when me and Heidi were finally winding down and going to bed, watching the movie Independence Day, the original Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Will Smith, Independence Day. Very fun movie. Very fun movie. I hadn't seen that movie in years. Years I hadn't seen that movie. And it's fun. It was just a great piece of Hollywood popcorn blockbuster fun. Sometimes people get, I went through a period where I think I was kind of, I don't know if I was going through like kind of a hipstery, you know, kind of like an enlightened phase, you know, where a lot of my music and my movies, they had to be more like meaningful and like intellectually stimulating, and they had to mean something, man. Like, you know, like what they shovel down our faces with their pop music and just their uninspired movies. I only like to watch things that have true integrity. They have like artistic vision. Like I definitely went through a lot of that. It's just, you know, a little bit insufferable, I will admit. And don't get me wrong, I do very much so like movies that they do, they're maybe, they have more underlying motivation than just, you know, commercial success. They have I do like things that are character driven, that are good stories, that do have artistic integrity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like that recent movie, because like whenever you look at like Rotten Tomatoes, and then you'll see like, I like movies that are highly rated by viewers and low rated by critics. That means that maybe it's like a bit of like a mindless, dumb, fun movie. I like movies that are highly rated by critics and lowly rated by viewers, because, you know, sometimes you want to have something that's a little bit more cerebral, definitely a little bit more well executed and artistic. Sure, like there was a recent movie, Witch. I thought that was amazing. I thought it was amazing. Had to watch it with the subtitles though. because I couldn't understand what people were saying if I didn't have the subtitles on. But yeah, it was about a family of people, and it was like back in the 1600s, and they were living here in America, and it was, yeah, but it was like kind of, they marketed it as like a horror movie, but it was like really like a psychological kind of thrillery kind of thing. And it was like a really compelling period piece, and it was just ridiculously well acted. Ridiculously. So yeah, that was definitely an example of something that was very cerebral, very like an artistically driven kind of thing. Of course, when you see, you know, when you see that like they're marketing the movie and it's got like all of the fig leaves or the olive leaf kind of things, like winner of the 77th annual Chompers Film Festival. It was the most best produced, you know, like when you see a bunch of those, you're like, okay, well, this is one of those kind of artsy art house kind of things. But I like stuff like that. And I talked to a lot of other people, and they were like, hey, which movie was dumb? And I'm like, I thought it was amazing. So yeah, I like the artsy stuff, and then I also just like the stuff where it's like just mindless and brainless, you know, stuff that's just, it's meant specifically just to consume and enjoy and go, that was tasty, thanks. You know, like I told someone the other day that I like listening to like pop music like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, and then they were just like, oh, what? I'm like, I do. I like a lot. Look, I like a lot of other music. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like stuff that is very well composed and rehearsed, and I like things that thematically are very, like, you know, big fan of you know, some of those meaningful type of musicians. A lot of your Pink Floyds and your Nirvanas and stuff like that. Sure, but I can also enjoy just a bit of just consumable pop. Yeah. Definitely. But they were just like, I used to have so much more respect for you. And I'm just like, don't, you know, like, I used to be that way. Goodness. What happened here? Wow. Yep. Not a good ball for you guys anymore. This is what happens. Yeah. Now imagine that's your face. You guys enjoying this closure? Yeah, Independence Day. I watched it. And I remember, it's like, this is one of those things. I remember watching it when I was a kid and thinking just like, this is great. And then I got into like that, just like hipster, like phase. And then like, like Independence Day, like I'm kind of like embarrassed that I used to like that movie. And then now I'm kind of coming back full circle, just like, it's fun, like it's not, whatever. Why am I getting so, there was no reason to be wasting energy on that type of thing. They made a movie that's just supposed to be fun, that's it. You don't have to think about it that much more. It's not intellectual, it's stimulating. Okay. That's fine. Not every bit of art, not every bit of media, not every bit of entertainment needs to be. A lot of times it has, like, one of the reasons that pop is popular is because you got to realize, like, so many of the people, like they're not artists, they're not entertainers, they're not people of that, cut from that cloth. What they want, like, they have jobs and they have lives and they have a great deal of complexity in their lives. They have a lot of things that are very intellectually stimulating. They have to deal with bills and they have to deal with their interpersonal relationships. Whoa! They have a lot of different things in their lives. And when they choose to unwind, like, there's a lot of times where, yeah, like when I've had a really long day, like I just want to pop on, you know, like some sort of like a Family Guy, like previously recorded episode or something like that. I just, because that's not going to tax my brain. I want something that I can just kind of watch at the end of the day, and then just like be able to kind of like turn my brain, like, and fall asleep. Like, I don't need to have something that is, you know, really, like, yeah, I mean, and of course I would, documentaries, I would, but like at the end of the day, like I will choose like, no, too much thinking, being done. Let's keep it stupid. So yeah, we have got the, working on the Pride Strong week long. The Pride Strong week long, the volunteer event, and making some really awesome progress with that. Really awesome progress with that. To the point where I think that we can kind of get a set of dates down. And I'm right now, as of now, I'm looking at the last week in July. So the 25th through the 31st. That's Monday through Sunday. That's the last week in July that we should be able to actually get the Pride Strong week long up and running. Just to recap, what is the Pride Strong week long? Well, we're gonna ask folks, we're gonna ask people out there, you, the Pride members, to go out into your local communities and find animal charities, animal organizations, animal causes, and then help them out and give 1 hour of your time to whatever that cause is. And then we've got a survey, and it looks great, and we're beta testing it right now, and we're designing some other things around it, but we've got the big nuts and bolts pieces of it actually already constructed. And once you get done doing whatever your volunteer, and you can do more than 1 hour, we certainly will absolutely welcome that. But once you get that, you fill out a survey, and we'll be able to capture data, large scale data from the Pride, from all of us as a group, and we'll be able to really see what sort of impact that we can all have when we work together. How many hours we work, how many pounds of materials we move, what was the monetary benefit to whatever the organizations were. But you'll see in the survey, it's a very robust survey. And we'll make that live here in a little bit, but what I am going to ask you, those of you who want to participate, who are interested in participating in it, I would say start researching now what organizations that you're going to want to try and go and help. Because, and this is why we want to give people a lot of time in advance to be able to get this thing set up, because there are some organizations, they have training periods where you have to go and you have to train first before you can actually work and volunteer at these places. And also you want to make sure that you are doing your due diligence and you are helping out an organization that is on more of the well put together and what's the word, ethical and well run and well managed side, because not every organization is built the same. Not every organization is built the same. And I will say, if there is an organization that is very kind of clearly questionable, or they have ties to like extremist views, and they have documented instances of unethical behavior. Basically, if you go and say like, hey, I helped this organization that just happens to be on an yeah, we can't count that in the survey. Sorry. I know that you went out and you helped, but yeah, no, we don't want that associated with the Pride Strong week long. And then folks would be like, well, how do I, and I, like, how do I know? And it's like, if it smells fishy, then you may want to think about, looking at a different organization. Because there are, and of course there's different varying degrees. There's shades of gray as far as organizations are concerned. And some people may have the opinion like, well, that one's not as ethical as you could be. And this is where you open up that can of worms. That's why I have to be able to trust the judgment of you folks in the Pride to make sure that you're helping organizations that you feel are good and are for good causes, and they're ethically motivated. That's, I'm not gonna sit there and say like, oh no, just use your best judgment. You're grown-ups. Grown-ups. Oh, some of you are young. I have to watch the webcasts before I let my kids watch the webcasts, because sometimes things get a little bit grown up there, Derek, and Usually kind of watch it first before I let my 10-year-old. I've gotten that message. I've gotten that message a couple times. So, tentatively, as it stands, what I would like to do is have the Pride Strong week-long event in the last week of July. In the last week of July. And sometimes, and people were also saying, like, I would do it, but there's no lion and tiger organizations in my local area. It's not, it's about other animal causes. It's about, like, if there's a horse rescue, if there's a trap, neuter, release program for dogs and cats, if you have a local chapter of your ASPCA, there's all sorts of different organizations that help animals that you can be motivated to go and help out with. Providing, you know, organizations that might provide veterinary care to like low-income families. I mean, there's all sorts of different types of things. And it's like, look, if the organization like has a dual benefit for animals and for people, that's cool. But we're basically just going to be looking at, it's got to be an animal organization. There's got to be animals in there somewhere. Maybe organizations that help. Maybe there's an organization like here in the U.S. that helps to recoup the losses from ranchers who have had like goats eaten by lions over in Africa. Like I don't know. That's why I'm saying, like, we're giving you time to kind of go and do your homework, so that once the week-long kicks off, like, everyone knows, like, this is the organization that I'm going to go and help, and we're going to do as much as we can, and then we'll take our survey, and then we'll compile the data, and then we'll be able to present it, and that's going to be cool. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what we can all accomplish. This is exciting. It's exciting. Farmer Sid, planting seeds. Planting the seeds of impact. All right, well, I think that was a good webcast, and it's going to start like really storming. I know it's been a little bit kind of drippy and a little bit kind of windy, but it's going to start storming here in more sincere earnest in just a little bit. So I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to call the webcast. We're done, folks. Webcast accomplished. All right. Whoa, whoa. Layla, you giving Archie the sneak eyes? You giving Archie the sneak eyes? Uh-oh, Layla's giving you the sneak eyes, bud. All right, folks. I'll talk to you later. Okay? Bye-bye.